So I'm in the mountains, I'm hiking, and I'm running around, really doing what I love, pushing myself on a lot of levels. And I'm looking, and I'm listening, and I'm on my way to Falls Road, and I see this gigantic red tree. All around it was green and beautiful, sunshine, amazing. This tree presented, and it just spoke to me. I just kept it in my head. So I knew I needed to go back and photograph that tree. So I came back, and I took 7 pictures of that tree, 7 different perspectives of that tree, from trunk to tip to sky. Not just one view, but something that kind of moved and jigged. And I brought those pictures back to my studio. And I actually printed those pictures, color copied them, arranged them, and I put them together in a way where I felt the same kind of awe, the same kind of feeling I had on the trail, the response to the color and the shape. There was something about it I couldn't name. My new picture arrangement wasn't exactly what I saw before. It wasn't the same feeling exactly, but I had a similar response to the power, to the majestic force in that image. And that's what I painted. I made 7 different paintings and put them together in this 12-foot tall painting. It really called me. It still does. I love this painting. Not until later did I find out the story behind the painting, the story behind the tree. I didn't know it at the time. I had just responded to what was calling me. The story starts with the bark beetle. The tree was red because it was dying from the infestation of this insect. The insect flourished because drought and changes in our climate had allowed the tree to become vulnerable, and it fell victim to the beetle. I found the details of this story out later, after I had responded to the tree's amazing presence, and after I had seen the painting in my mind's eye. In fact, when I went back to see the tree a week after I'd taken the pictures, it was gone. The Forest Service had removed it. Now the painting took on another layer of meaning. It became a kind of memorial, a remembrance of the actual tree that was there. Because I took action and followed my creative vision, and then took steps to explore as I went, my vision for this painting expanded and continued to inspire me to work more. When I decided not to judge the work, but to keep active and work with it, follow my feeling, my vision, the paintings began to take over. Each one revealed the steps to the next work, and I continued to make more paintings. I kept finding myself drawn to places in nature that seemed to have unique strength to them. I decided to be aware and to notice when I'd find these places, to take action, not just shrug it off, but to capture the momentary vision and bring it home to work with. Soon I had many images of places where nature had suffered devastation, places where human events had interfered with the natural process, yet nature had grown back. Only later, after making many paintings, did I see what they were about and what I was really doing. These paintings were about transformation and growth. Places where nature had come back and recovered from human actions with extraordinary strength and beauty. I see this story repeated in nature and in human lives. Life rebounding, recovering from imposed destruction, and growing from adversity. Here's the news. You have everything you need right now. Your job, access it by listening and seeing. Find out who you already are. Are you creative? Yes or no? Answer quickly. I'm going home now. Where did you get your answer? Did someone else tell you? Are you comparing yourself? Struggling with technique or thinking you don't have talent? Often we are shy about calling ourselves creative. That just may mean we value creativity and we don't want to sound egotistical. I operate on the idea that creativity is in all of us. It is your core. You were born a creative communicator. You had no problem creatively expressing yourself as a child. We may lose sight of it when we try to develop a technical trick and we get stuck, and there isn't any guidance to lead us forward. For example, y'all can read and write? Okay. Early on, when you didn't spell cat correctly, you would get step-by-step help to learn that technique. If you couldn't draw the illusion of a box in space correctly, your guide might have shrugged and said, I can't draw either. Let's go to the next subject. So I suggest to not allow a technical issue to get in your way by letting you think you are not creative. It's just a technical trick very often. See, nodding. It's cool. You can always follow your creative passions and interests. You have everything you need. You are amazingly creative. It's your job to access it. I always loved paintings and drawings, was wild about them as a kid, throughout high school and beyond. I had many friends and family who weren't as appreciative of my passions and interests. They had their own, but they were appreciative of me. I suggest that you let your friends and family be great support for you. Don't require them to get your ideas. You need all kinds of support as you keep true to yourself and on your path towards your amazing goals. Look at the person next to you. Are they the one who will guide your life's path? Are they the one that'll make the decisions that affect your future? Now look at your feet. Now look at your hands. These are the things that will take you everywhere you want to go. And you already have them. I want to now introduce you to some amazing artist friends of mine. These artworks are made by artists with powerful dedication to their work. They work every day on their creative practice. They try new things without letting questions get in their way, and they discover what they find from their experiments as they go along. These artists use their studios like creative laboratories, where experimentation is expected, where both success and failure are equally received because there are lessons in both. One of these artists, Helen, is shown here at an exhibition. Helen has an amazing work ethic. She works intensely each day on her work. She doesn't wait for inspiration to mysteriously land on her. She accesses it by creatively and persistently making work. Helen and I both love her work. This is important. Follow what you love. It will give you many gifts. Here's Helen at work. She inspires me because she works every day, then relaxes at home like a 9-to-5 job. She pursues her art practice without any hesitancy. She isn't waiting for the perfect conditions. She works with what is there. It's important to make lots of work. If you only make a few things or only pursue your true passions infrequently, things become too precious, and you might overvalue them and cling to them since they are so few. Instead, you should be free to move forward. Use each artwork or experience to lead you to the next big thing in your amazing life. Here's Michael. He's in the brown jacket. At his exhibition of his works, many people have met him through his artwork. This is important. The energy and impact of our sincere work will extend well beyond us. Michael's expressive voice is heard through many media, including painting, drawing, ceramics. Michael also has a great creative practice. He makes art every day. Helen and Michael and many other artists create their artworks at the First Street Gallery Art Center, a program of the Tierra del Sol Foundation. First Street is a community-based art center in Claremont, California, where artists with disabilities explore their creative vision and professional art careers. Many artists work together to pursue their creative vision. First Street is a place where people with disabilities collaboratively build bridges needed for them to fully access the materials and skill building for a professional career in the arts. These artists exhibit their work locally, nationally, and internationally. Over the last 23 years, hundreds of artists have been part of the Community Art Center. Many methods of communication, ways of getting around, types of tricks to see the world, all happen in the studio of First Street. Creative expression is not limited by any physical or developmental disability. People with different abilities to see, move, speak, and hear are working hard, just like you, to find their own creative vision. We celebrate that each one of us has our unique creative vision to share with the world. And we have a lot of fun doing it. Here's Dan and Mini Dan. And Dan and Mini Dan on the ice cream truck. The artists' careers absolutely include intense exhibition schedule. Many guest artists collaborate with the First Street artists, and amazing new visions become real. Even the walls change when the vision calls for it, because these artists courageously pursue their creative vision, their voice, their feeling. They make great impact by offering amazing cultural and inspirational experiences available to all of us. You have everything you need. You're amazingly creative. It's your job to access it. Heard that before? Creativity is constant. Here's the good news. You have everything you need for your lifelong practice. You bring the next big idea into the world. You present the next amazing film, idea for stories, creation for design. You develop the next needed healthful practice the world needs to see. Your unique and amazing vision will create change where needed and bring great love to our world. So here's the good news. You have everything you need. And here's the good news. No one else can do it for you. And here's the good news. It's the most amazing and challenging adventure you could ever imagine. It's required that you continue to learn and listen, and that you learn to learn. Develop a habit of being passionately curious. Do research on things that interest you. Get to really know your fields of interest. Explore the topics deeply. They only enhance your passion. Have you listened to what you've been hearing lately? Think of yourself as a creative sponge. Be sure to surround yourself with amazing things to hear, to see, to talk about, to think about. Deepen your creative practice. Listen as deeply as you can. This requires being comfortable with silence. Practice listening inwardly. Listen closely for your internal iPod. The earbuds are already built in. You are here at this conference because you care. You know you can take action to access your own creativity on call. Don't wait for inspiration. Cultivate it. And still be aware when it sneaks up on you. Be sure to notice. Your job? Develop the skills for setting up and sustaining your creative practice. Remember, you have everything you need right now. Cultivate creative ideas. Don't just wait for them. Overcome the fear of starting. Find methods for your practice that work for you and be consistent. Have a daily practice. Learn to work positively with feedback and competition. Develop your support systems. Invite a mentor. And always include giving back. Explore methods and strategies to sustain your creative practice. You know how to do this. Be courageous and go get it. There's great material and experience out there. Look, read, ask questions, explore. The more you seek your passionate interests, the more doors will open and things will come to you. No one can do it for you. And you will find the methods that work best for you by trying many. It's hard work. It's the best work. It's getting to know who you really are and the gifts you will bring into this world. Remember, you have everything you need right now. Now use it. Imagination is everything. It's the preview of life's coming attractions. Do whatever you do intensely. Thank you.